Hi guys, Janine here back with another delicious recipe. It's pretty quick. Before I start, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to Nana Feed in the Heart, My Chef Diary, and Gail's Kitchen. Check those channels out. They're my subscribers and hopefully will be yours as well. Okay, let's get going on this. I made the shrimp before in the past, and the recipe for these are preserved lemons. I have a video out there. I have to redo it. My head's not in it because I was trying to experiment with a smaller channel, blah, blah, blah. And I was going to keep small things on there, dips and powders for chilies and such, but it was too much work, and I brought everything over, and the preserved lemon video was one of them. This is crucial in this recipe. I'm going to do grilled shrimp with a dip, lemon aioli, and they're made with the preserved lemons. They're not hard to do. They're well worth having because not just for this dip, but for other foods that you want to make. And that's how they look in the jar, all in the fridge. I've had them for a few months already. And now the beauty of it is when I want to make this dish, I pull them out. You rinse them off because they're in a brine of equal sugar and salt in there. So you want to rinse off the salt and the sugar. And they look like this. Okay, the recipe I'm making today requires 2 slices, and we're going to chop them up as fine as we can get them. They got to be minced really, really tiny. So let's get going on that. It's a quick recipe, but it's a very delicious one. I got this, oh God, 15 years ago on Food Network. It was great. The preserved lemons is the Thomas Keller method, which is simple. I saw other ones on YouTube and such, but they're pretty complicated. And I went on, and Thomas Keller is on there, and he's talking to a large audience about this, and he just briefly mentions it. He doesn't go into it. And luckily, I had my recipe for years saved aside. It's just equal parts sugar and salt, and you slice the lemons as thin as you can get them, and you layer them. Layer of lemons, salt, sugar, equal parts mix, and so on, and you wind up with that. But the beauty is they last in the fridge for 6 months. So if you wanted to make a Moroccan chicken or any chicken dish or any fish dish that requires lemons, you never run out like me, because that's one thing, whether it be a cocktail, and you could use them in cocktails. How many times have we forgotten some lemons for drinks? I know me and Vinny love vodka and cranberry with lemon or lime or a drink. Now you're thinking, oh, well, how am I going to use it in cocktails? You can. They're used any way you would use lemons. You simply rinse off the slices because, like I said, the brine is on them. But now look what I'm doing. I rinse them. Now look how nice and chopped finely they are. Okay. And now we're ready to put together the dip. That was the hardest part. Doing your lemons, having them put aside. Another thing it requires, here's the recipe. And I'm going to put everything in the description. It's 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. Okay, let's get that in. 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I used Hellmann's. Remember I said before I was using Duke's. I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but I found Duke's thin and not as tasty as Hellmann's. And I think they say it's a better ingredient mayo. I don't know, but I'm back to Hellmann's, and that's what tastes good here. So that's 2 slices of the preserved lemons. Now, if you don't have the preserved lemons, no need to not make this recipe. You can substitute to get a rich, that's what it does. The preserving makes the lemon flavor richer. Now, if you don't have them and you don't want to do them, you can get the same flavor with the slices of just very, very thin lemons and about a teaspoon of lemon zest to amp it up more. Okay, you don't have preserves, so you'd have that. The other ingredient is a tablespoon of chopped fresh tarragon. They sell these in all the supermarkets, and this freezes well also because I'm only using a tablespoon. Then I chop it up, I put it in ice cube trays, and I freeze it. A tablespoon of that. And while I have this, and teaspoon, last, like I almost didn't see it in the corner, teaspoon of lemon juice. Okay. Let me mix this over here. And that is your delicious, I don't know what it is about this dip with these shrimp. They're just like a marriage. They're a marriage made in the sea. I don't know. I've never tasted anything so wonderful together as a dip and a fish. And I'm pretty fussy, so that's saying a lot. And my hubby loves this. We eat these like potato chips. We make a full plate. And I'm going to have to leave the screen for 1 second because I'm excited to get my plate and show you guys. Please, there's the dip. Okay. I'm going to put it into a smaller dish, which I had sitting here clean. I'll rinse it once more. Okay. I had that sitting there. Alrighty. Make sure there's no excess moisture. Clean off my table. And this ideally should chill. So what I'm going to do, when I go get the plate, I'm going to pop this in the fridge if you guys give me a second. And then I'm going to just start to grill the shrimp, which are 2 minutes on each side. That goes extremely fast. Okay. I have an extra spoon here. Okay, see? I keep that nearby because, look. Okay, that's that. Let me pop this in the fridge and grab that plate. Okay, there you go. Thank you for the second. How cute is this? I picked it up at Home Goods for recipes just like this. Okay, it was washed already, just again rinsing to make sure there's no dust or anything on it. That's going to be my serving platter. Because I tell you, we wipe these out. They go so quick. Now, I'll tell you, as I cook them, what's in the shrimp. They've been marinating a little bit. Let's get them in here because it's quick. And you cook them in the oil they're marinating in. I used avocado oil. Now, the marinade seasoning that I used is very simple. I'm going to show you once I put these in a flat layer. That's important too to the recipe. Use a large pan and put them all flat, single. Okay. Now for the shrimp, all you do is you buy the ones like I do, the 1620. I buy the frozen from Costco. They work perfect for all my recipes. Okay. What you put on them is, I added, the original recipe I found only called for smoked paprika. Salt, pepper, and smoked paprika. Sprinkled with a little bit of oil, olive oil, vegetable oil. I used avocado oil. And you just let them sit for like 20 minutes. You put the oil, the paprika, salt, pepper. Today I added garlic powder. But that's it. They don't need anything else. If only smoked paprika was on them, like was in the original recipe, they're absolutely delicious. Some combination must be between the tarragon, which has that licorice anise flavor, and the paprika. There's something in the combo that's really, really tasty. Okay, then you just cook and grill your shrimp. About 2-3 minutes on each side. You all know I have to have everything well. I don't like any translucency in my fish, so I watch them. It goes pretty quick. I would say about 2 minutes per side. Okay. And if there's any little confusion with, I did some shout outs the best I could today. I had to actually fit this in so that I could make those shout outs. I hope that people appreciate it. And if you go to subscribe to any of these channels, let them know that you found them on Janine's Kitchen, because that's a way of helping me as well. I'm recording this because the one I did in the salad was pre-recorded. I'm trying to put things aside because we're going on vacation. I'm only going to be gone 10 days, but I put out a lot of content, and I like to keep my viewers having what they're used to. So that's the reasoning for that. And this is being done today, which is Wednesday. And you'll see, it'll go up in about a few hours. So that's a special recipe today for my shout outs and for my lunch. I'm not going to lie, this is lunch. And I want to do this recipe again with the preserved lemons. Like I said, it's on there in my page and mixed in, but I'm going to link it today with the shrimp so that you can have it quick at your hands, because it's a wonderful thing to do and have. You won't be sorry. If you just learn any little quick trick recipe, this would be the one. I try to do it with limes. I'm still experimenting. It doesn't work out the same for me, or they don't stay as beautiful and vibrant. These will last 6 months in the fridge. I've had them about maybe 2 months already. And you would only do a couple lemons. A jar like this, because they last so long, you don't need a lot. See, they're already ready to turn. Okay, let's do the other side 2 minutes, and then you're out of here. I'll talk while I'm turning because that's another thing. I hope people grasp the idea that my channel is not just a silent recipe. I talk for a reason because I want to share everything I possibly can with a recipe. I want to make it somewhat interesting, I hope. I started telling stories with my food, which I'll probably do again. I stopped for a while because you get absorbed in what you're cooking or doing, and you know, not every, well, for me, a lot of my food comes from stories of family, how I first ate it, who taught me to cook it, where I found it, why it's special to me. So I'm going to do that again. I did it when I made the sides for Thanksgiving. I did a compilation of 3 side dishes: sweet potato, string beans, and mushrooms. And I talked about each recipe and where they came to me from. One was from my first husband's aunt. The string beans were from my brother. And the mushrooms were from another family member. I did a pasta vazzoule, which we in the process of reworking. My husband was going to do a compilation joining them together for me. I had 3 pasta fagioli recipes, and there was a mix-up, and he wound up deleting one of them that we have to refilm. And I needed to redo the recipe anyway, so I'll be doing that again. So you'll see that. You'll say some recipes are older. It's also because we're filming in a higher quality now. And besides that, I want to try to really organize them. Some back in the day didn't get the same love and attention as they are now, and I've seen that happen with a lot of them. So they're worth remaking and doing. These need maybe a minute more, and your recipe's done. I'll start taking some out. Once they curl up completely, that's a good indication that they're done, the shrimp. Here you go. I'll show you. See? Look at that. I'm in love with this dish. I know. That's another thing. I share my food, my family, my life. When I go on vacation, I'll be showing, we're going soon, and I'll be taking videos and photographs and photographing food to share with you guys. I'll probably be posting on the community page a lot of things. So that's really what it is. Food, family, and my life, and whatever that entails. This week it was redoing carpets because of Millie Bean. Next week it'll be travel shots. When we go to New York, it'll be more renovation again. And so on and so on. So I hope people are grasping what my channel is all about and what I'm about and liking it. Okay, these are done. Let's get a bigger spoon to put them on the plate and show you. And we got to save room for that dip. I would assume the dip dish goes there. Okay. I love home goods. I'm hoping all you do. I know Hey Bougie likes it. I'm jealous, Hey Bougie, of all your La Creuset. I had one pot and I chipped it and got mad and got rid of it. I cannot have any chipped pot. I can't. So that was my La Creuset moment. I was very into it. Same thing with copper. I went through a copper phase, and I had one pan, and then we went from gas to electric and induction or something, and it wasn't induction ready, the copper. There's some reason they don't cook on it. How luscious are these, guys? How luscious are these? Okay. Absolutely delicious. Okay. And for 2 people, this really actually is for 2 people. I kid you not. Me and Vinny will go through this for lunch and wipe it out. Okay. And there you have it. Let me just get that dip, and I'll taste one. You won't be sorry. And here's the beautiful lemon aioli tarragon. Let me get a spoon to separate it because I don't want to mess up the original serving plate. So what I do is I'm going to take a little bit out so that I can do a taste for you guys, not that much. Let me just use my finger because that is my tasting dish. Okay. All right. And another tip and thing I believe everybody would know and do on their own from instinct, being it's a dip, in this particular, I never leave my hands on the shrimp, my tails, but for this, you do. Ideally, look, and it's a great cocktail food. I've served this at cocktail parties. The last tip I want to leave with you, and then I'll go, is it can also be eaten room temperature. They're delicious. Oh my God. Hands down, the best shrimp cocktail snack I've eaten, and I love them all. Cocktail, cold. This is the best shrimp dip recipe, and the fact that you can eat it hot, room temperature. If it cools down a bit, no worries. The combination is delicious. I hope you like it. This video, I hope you make this dish. And like I said, if you like me, my content, and what my channel's about, please subscribe. It helps me grow. Till the next video. Later, guys.